Have you ever felt stuck because you wanted everything to be perfect? Maybe you've spent hours, days, or even weeks on a project, always thinking it wasn't good enough yet. If this sounds familiar, perfectionism might be holding you back. In today's video, you're going to learn how this relentless pursuit of perfection is sabotaging your goals, and more importantly, how to overcome it once and for all. Here, I'll show you exactly how to recognize the signs of perfectionism, how it directly impacts your productivity, your emotional well-being, and even your relationships. I'll share practical strategies you can start applying right away to change how you handle mistakes and imperfections, without losing your pursuit of excellence. So, stay with me until the end, because throughout this video, you'll learn proven techniques to deal with self-criticism, unlock your creative potential, and move forward with your projects without feeling paralyzed. If you're tired of being too hard on yourself and want to finally unlock your best version, this video is for you. At first glance, perfectionism might seem like a positive trait. After all, who doesn't want to deliver their best in everything they do? But what many people don't realize is that perfectionism isn't just about striving for excellence. It's a tendency to never be satisfied with your own results, no matter how good they are. A perfectionist rarely feels accomplished because they're always pushing themselves for something more. This creates a constant feeling of inadequacy and frustration. This behavior can show up in various areas of your life. At work, for example, it might mean revisiting a report countless times, afraid that some detail will go unnoticed. In personal projects, you might have several ideas but never carry them out because you think they're not perfect enough to be launched. In relationships, perfectionism can translate into unrealistic expectations, both for yourself and others, often leading to disappointment. The key to understanding perfectionism lies in excessive self-criticism and the fear of failure. Perfectionists fear being judged or seen as incapable. This makes them put immense pressure on every decision and action, which, instead of pushing them forward, ends up paralyzing them. Ask yourself, have you ever found yourself redoing something several times, even though you knew it was already good? If so, perfectionism may be holding you back from moving forward and experiencing true success. Beyond causing paralysis, perfectionism leads to deep mental and emotional exhaustion. The constant self-criticism, the pressure to always achieve the highest standards, and the fear of failure create a cycle of stress that can lead to anxiety and even burnout. This endless pursuit of the ideal undermines your confidence and harms your mental health. It's not just about productivity. Perfectionism affects your overall quality of life. Both productivity and creativity suffer directly from perfectionism. When you're obsessed with making something perfect, your mind loses the flexibility needed to innovate and try new ideas. Perfectionism stifles the ability to take risks and attempt something new because the fear of mistakes becomes a barrier. Ironically, in trying to ensure everything is perfect, you end up wasting energy on details that often don't make a difference in the final outcome. But why does perfectionism happen? It doesn't arise out of nowhere. Often, it's rooted in deep insecurity, where a person feels they constantly need to prove themselves. This need for external validation creates a cycle in which the perfectionist believes they'll only be accepted or admired if they make no mistakes. Every failure feels like a threat to their image, which feeds a constant fear of messing up. Another factor that contributes to perfectionism is social pressure. We live in an era where we're constantly bombarded by images of success and perfection on social media. Comparing yourself to others can make a perfectionist feel like they're never good enough, intensifying their self-criticism. This external pressure, combined with internal self-criticism, creates an environment where mistakes are seen as unacceptable, fueling a draining cycle of self-demand. There's also a myth we need to break, that perfectionism is synonymous with quality. In reality, perfectionism often prevents action. The relentless pursuit of the ideal can make people never start or never finish their projects because they're stuck in the idea that it's not good enough. Often, done is better than perfect, and accepting that is the first step to overcoming perfectionism. Now, let's get into practical strategies for dealing with perfectionism. The first one is embracing imperfection as a natural part of the process. Instead of trying to eliminate every mistake, understand that failures are opportunities for growth. When you allow yourself to make mistakes, you create space to learn and improve along the way. This also relieves the pressure of being flawless in everything, allowing you to move forward in projects without fear of judgment. Another important technique is setting realistic standards. Establish challenging yet achievable goals, and practice the concept of good enough. Remember that progress is often more valuable than perfection. Additionally, adopting a mindset that focuses on continuous improvement, rather than expecting perfect results from the start, will help you move forward with more ease and confidence. Let's look at some practical examples. Steve Jobs, for instance, was known for his high standards, but he knew when it was time to launch a product, even if it wasn't absolutely perfect. He believed in continuous improvement and released early versions, refining them over time. This allowed him to innovate and make progress without getting stuck in an endless pursuit of perfection. Another example is Elon Musk. Famous for taking risks and failing publicly, Musk demonstrates that failure isn't the end, but part of the journey to success. He often launches new ideas and products, knowing there are still adjustments to be made. These examples show that progress, even with failures, is more powerful than being paralyzed by perfection. Applying this mindset in your daily life will help you move forward, learn from mistakes, and keep evolving. Overcoming perfectionism is essential to unlocking your true potential and achieving your goals with more ease. Perfectionism doesn't define your capability, and accepting your imperfections is the first step toward a more productive and fulfilling journey. By applying the strategies we discussed today, like embracing imperfection, setting realistic goals, and focusing on progress, you'll start to see a significant transformation in how you handle challenges. Now is the time to take action. Try these techniques and see how they can change your life. And don't forget, progress is far more valuable than perfection. Every small step you take, even if imperfect, brings you closer to your biggest goals. Don't let the fear of mistakes stop you from moving forward. Embrace the journey, with all its ups and downs, because that's what will lead you to true success. Keep believing in yourself and practice the lightness of accepting your imperfections. You're on the right path.